A number that is multiplied by itself to form a product is a square root. For example, 7 times 7 equals 49. So 7 is the square root of 49. So now we're going to try and find the roots of problems. So next problem is going to be negative square root of 36. What number times what number is going to equal 36? So 6 times 6 equals 36, but because there is a negative, it becomes a negative 6. A number that is raised to the third power to form a product is a cube root. For example, 2 to the third power equals 8. So 2 is the cube root of 8. Now we're going to look at another example. Here we want to find the cube root of negative 125. So we want to think of a negative number that when multiplied by itself 2 more times equals negative 125. So if we look at negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 again, we can see that this adds up to, multiplies to be negative 125. So we know that negative 5 is the cube root of negative 125. Okay, now we're going to find the square root of a fraction. Here we have the square root of 1 over 4. So you want to think what number times itself is going to equal 1/4. When you think about it, you know that 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. So based on that knowledge, you know that the square root of 1 over 4 is going to equal 1/2, because 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. Now we're going to look at the different ways real numbers can be classified. First, there are natural numbers, which are the counting numbers, such as 1, 2, 3, etc. Then we have whole numbers, which are basically natural numbers including 0. So that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Next we have integers. These are whole numbers and their opposites. So basically negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we also have rational numbers, which are numbers that can be expressed in the form a over b, where a and b are both integers. And when expressed as a decimal, a rational number is either terminating or repeating. Now, a terminating decimal would be one that has a finite number of digits and comes to a stop. A repeating decimal continues on and will be represented by usually a line over the last number. Now we're going to look at some examples of classifying real numbers. So the first problem is 8 over 9. You can see that it's already in the form of a over b, so that kind of tells you that it's a rational number. And when we do 8 divided by 9, we get 0.8888, but the 8's continue on, so it can be written as 0.8 with the line over the 8. So we can classify this number as both rational and a repeating decimal. That's it? Yeah. Now we're going to look at another example, the square root of 20. 20 is not a perfect square, so the square root of 20 is irrational. An irrational number, it cannot be expressed in the form a over b, where a and b are both integers. Also, it is neither a terminating decimal nor a repeating decimal.